Hello everyone, Treecks here, and welcome back. Yeah, literally welcome back to an old project. Welcome back to the Spyro Reignited Trilogy. After completing the first game a couple of months ago, I think it is now time to tackle the second game. And therefore we are going to continue this project that has been on hold for quite a long time of Spyro Reignited Trilogy. The trilogy in the name is of course not there for nothing. It is 3 games in one, 3 classic games that were remastered in 2018 for the modern consoles of that day. And there Spyro actually got ported into a modern little code by Activision, who of course made the games even more awesome than they already were. This is my way to actually cover the first 3 games of the Spyro franchise, since I never owned the original ones on the PlayStation, but I did actually buy them on Xbox One to still be able to get to know them. And since they are from the 90s, I'm already covering this game. But that is of course something I've already explained during the project of the first game. Today we are going to get started with the second game, Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, where Spyro, our favorite little purple dragon, returns and actually gets sucked into a new adventure. Literally gets sucked into a new adventure. He's going to leave his home this time around in order to deal with some problems in somebody else's home. We'll be learning more about the story the moment we get started, but this time around Spyro is not going to be playing a home game, you might say. Ripto's Rage is a game that officially released in 1999 on the original PlayStation. There it was already seen as a pretty good continuation of the original Spyro. But now we are going to see how it looks in this Activision remake of it. Now it is time for Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage. Of course still at 0%. We are just getting started with it. And like I said in the first project, I still agree on this. Definitely a game that is way better than the first one. A lot more challenging, a lot more gimmicky. They definitely took the formula of the original Spyro game and continued it in a very awesome way. More platforming, more challenges, more bosses, and even more difficult bosses. And also a way better story, in my opinion. And that is something we are going to get started with, of course. What is going to be the story this time around in the world of dragons? Last time, Spyro was actually the last dragon who was destined to save the world of dragons of Nasty Nork. But this time around, we are going to make a sidestep to a different world.
Is this rain ever gonna stop? I've forgotten what the sun looks like. We should go on vacation. Somewhere warm. Somewhere sunny. Dragon Shores, yeah! I haven't been there since we kicked Nasty Nork's butt. How about it, Sparks? You up for a vacation at the beach? Last one there's a Nork!
Is it working, Professor?
Almost. Just a few more adjustments to these orbs and...
Maybe this isn't such a good idea. Bringing a dragon here could just make Ripto more angry.
Calm down, Hunter, and stop fidgeting.
But you saw the professor's book. They have claws like this, and teeth like this, and they can spit fire like this. They sound much more dangerous than Ripto.
That's exactly the point. A dragon is our only chance of stopping Ripto, and you know it.
It's working! It's working! I've got a dragon!
Huh?
Whoa, rough landing. Hi, which way's the beach? Hey, stop staring. Haven't you guys ever seen a dragon before?
You're a dragon?
You got a problem with that, pussycat?
Well, well.
someone forgot to invite me to the party. Were you trying to keep something from me? A dragon? You brought a dragon to Avalar? I hate dragons. Yeah! Crush! Kill it! Kill it! Go, you imbecile! You ate my scepter! I'll deal with you later!
Who was that jerk?
That was Ripto, and we have to get rid of him. He's causing all sorts of trouble around here, but I haven't got time to explain. Here, take this magic guide to Avalar. It'll help you begin to understand our worlds. Right now, I have to follow Ripto and see what he's up to. I'll meet you in Summer Forest, okay?
Hey, wait a minute! How do we get ourselves into these messes, pal?
Well, that was the story. Apparently we are in a foreign land called Avalar. And they have some trouble. The bad guy, Ripto, is apparently dictating this place in a bad way. And we need to save them from him. They are not able to do it themselves. He's too powerful for them. But we are a dragon. And therefore we have the ability to stop him. That is going to be our goal in this game. Controls are still the same compared to the first game. With our jump, dash, and of course flame attack. Our action button still used for first person view. In my case the Y button. Xbox One after all. Let's go take a look at our new pause menu. Collecting gems in stages is still going to be a thing. We still need to collect treasure, as you can see at the bottom. 0 out of 400, that is still a thing. But the new addition to this game is the orbs. Each stage is also going to have a set number of orbs. And those we also need to collect in order to finish off the game. Next we want to take a look at our guidebook. Also returning from the first game, you might say. That way we can keep track of all of the stages. Seeing how many gems we have, which of the orbs we have collected. And apparently there's also something called a talisman in all of the stages. That's also something new. Skill points also return in the second game. Just like in the first game, added in this new Reignited Trilogy version. Where we need to do a couple of challenges in order to obtain skill points. Once again, completing those will lead us to the unlocking of the artwork of this game. Let's go talk to the locals here.
Hi, Spyro! Welcome to Glimmer! Unfortunately for us, a mob of lizards just showed up and started stealing all of our gems! Can you stop them?
Lizards, okay. Even here in this first world, which is basically the tutorial world you might say, we've already got trouble. Unlike in the first game, as you can see, killing enemies in Spyro 2 won't give you any gems, it will actually give you something different. The enemy's spirits will be counted. And in order to unlock something, we need a certain number of enemy spirits. Just remember, they're not going to drop gems in this game. But gems are definitely still here, as you can see. But they're usually just obtained in a loot way. Like over here. Allow me to be paranoid, because I'm always really good at forgetting to look in every single nook and cranny and forgetting a couple. Oh yeah, an enemy father is also of course still a thing. Kill those in order to obtain butterflies so Sparks can heal himself. Sparks works the same as in the first game. So I don't think that needs any explanation. Right, this is also still the same as in the first game. Not every single enemy you can actually charge or flame. Sometimes you need to be careful on how you actually defeat them. Some enemies you can only charge or only flame. Especially the big guys. Those you need to flame. In this case it does not matter because these guys are cowards. These we can rush through or flame through. Does not matter. 72. Yeah, when it comes to collecting all of the gems in the stages, that is something I'm still going to do for 100% of course. Just like in the first game. But here in this first run through Glimmer, the first stage, I'm not going to go for all of the gems yet. Because I simply cannot go for all of the gems yet. Unlike in the first game, there's actually a lot more backtracking in this game because of certain things you unlock later in the game. And this has as effect that you're not able to get all of the gems in every single stage right away. Sometimes backtracking is required, and Glimmer is already the first example of that. So if I miss a couple of gems, don't go screaming in the comments that I missed a corner somewhere. For me, it is not going to surprise that is going to happen, but if I need to return to a stage anyway, I'm not going to care about that. Once I get into a stage for the final time, then I'll start looking for what I've missed.
Hi, Spyro. I'm a friend of Alora's, and she asked me to help you out. Whenever you find me, I'll remember your progress. Like this. That zap means that if you get into trouble, I'll return you to this place. See you around.
Also returning from the first game, the save feature, the autosave you might say. The moment you meet one of these fairies, flying around in the stages, that functions as your checkpoint. So dying means you actually restart over there. That's basically what that means. Right, and what do we have here?
We gem cutters are a bit too short to climb these ladders. And it looks like you are too. After you learn to climb, come back to Glimmer to see me.
Yeah, I did talk about backtracking, and this is one of the examples. Ladder climbing is something you can do in this game, however, it is something you need to learn. You're not able to do it right away. And yes, this is something you learn in a different stage. And that is something we need to come back to later, because of course, there's going to be an orb up there. So for now, we are going to skip and actually talk to this guy over here.
Ah, you must be the dragon everyone's talking about. Well, dragon or not, I'm afraid there is a small fee to open the bridge. It will cost you 100 of your gems to cross.
Say hello to Moneybags. This greedy guy is actually the one you need to give your gems to during the game in order to unlock things. The first thing is quite simple, just a bridge in order to access the rest of the stage. But even that is going to be required. 100 gems to begin.
Thank you, Mr. Dragon. Spyro, was it? You can now use the bridge whenever you want, free of charge. I hope we meet again, when you have even more gems.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that, Moneybags. We'll be meeting you plenty of times during this game. The first price is quite steep, because he already asked you for 100 gems. And the chances are quite big you don't have a whole lot of them at this point in the game. It's only the first stage after all, so... that is going to cost you pretty much everything you have. There's also plenty more to collect. Right, this should be everything down here. For this stage we don't need a whole lot more gems. This is the only time you need to pay money back in this stage. I would like to try to get as many of the gems as I can.
To get a good look around, press the action button. Try using action to look around this cave.
Right, that's perhaps not a bad idea, because that way I'm able to take a look at the things we are not able to do yet. Like these lamps that are actually hanging on the ceiling. Kind of looks like a mission, don't you say? All of the orbs that we need to collect in this game are always attached to a mission. Unlike in the first Spyro game, it's a lot more than just collecting treasure and trying to reach the end of the stage. This time around we need to do missions during all of these stages as well. Giving us orbs, comparable to the Power Stars from Mario 64 you might say. Or Golden Bananas in Donkey Kong 64. That is actually added to this game, in order to make it an even more interesting 3D platformer.
Spyro, thanks for helping us fight off the lizards. Please take this talisman of Glimmer as a sign of our gratitude.
And here is the first new collectible, the talisman.
This magic portal next to me will take you to Summer Forest, one of the homeworlds of Avalar.
And getting the talisman of a stage automatically also kind of functions as completing the stage, you might say. It will always give you an exit portal to return to the hub world. Because in case you were wondering, this world we are in right now is not a hub world, it is officially already the first stage of the game. This is actually also part of the first hub world, but we start off here somewhere for some reason. However, before we return to the hub world, I'd first like to get the first orb, if you don't mind. And also, of course, all of the gems that are still in this area. And the second orb we should also be already able to get. And it looks like I've already opened up the power-up for this stage. For that you actually need all of these enemy spirits that I've been collecting, killing all of these enemies. I'm not sure what the exact number is the first one requires, but it was enough already apparently, because it's already active. Let's take a look at it. I'm sure I have everything. Looks like I do. allow me to take a look at the mission quickly. That portal that we just opened up, we need it in order to light off the lanterns that we actually see around this area. Similar to the cave area, there's also some lights hanging around here. And that is going to be our first mission in the game, but for this, we actually need this portal.
Great! The Superfly power-up is active, and you can restart our gem lamps. Flame all the lamps quickly, and the big gem lamp will light. The power-up will give you enough magic to fly for a short time.
Ooh, it's a flying power-up, eh? Mission: walk through the pyramids to trigger the Superfly power-up. Light the gem lamps with your flame, and light off the lamps quickly. Difficulty very easy. And this is going to be our first mission. Unlike in the first game, this time around all of the power-ups in this game will come in the form of a super power-up. In this case, the Superfly power-up. In order to activate these, we need to defeat a certain number of enemies in the stage. You can always check how many enemies you've defeated by simply pausing the game. In my case, 14. And I'm pretty sure the required number is 8 or something. I'm not sure. We'll probably see it later on. Once we return to the stage. Then I'm able to go through it faster and probably be able to see what the number of required enemies is. Well, this is going to be our mission at least. Fly past all of these lamps. Of course, using your flame in order to light them. If you do it quick enough before your power-up runs out, you should actually receive an orb. There's also an achievement attached to this one, but that one's really difficult to do actually, so...
Thanks for helping me light the lamp, Spyro. A fairy gave me this orb, but I like gems better. You take it instead.
Thank you. Our first orb of the game. And there's going to be 3 of them in the stage, as we saw. The second one we should also be able to get, so allow me to look for that. But also try to go for the gems that are on the higher edges, of course. That's also something I still need to do. You can actually check your map in the bottom left, if you have it active, of course. You can check the map in order to see where the orbs are. All of the missions that will lead you to an orb are displayed on your map as green little dots. You actually try to find those in order to see where you need to go, but the second one does not look to be active. That one we need to find on our own. Is there more up here? I see one more jar over there. Should be able to get there without needing to fly again. I can simply walk past here. Awesome, here's a 10. I think I need to go over here, this little alcove on the map. Yeah, this should be the correct spot.
These little lizards have eaten my entire crop of gems. I've tried hitting them with rocks, but they're too fast for me. You can try using one of my rocks. If you have any questions, just ask me.
Mission number 2. Hit the little lizards with rocks. And talk to Bouncer for additional hints. Difficulty very easy. This is going to introduce us to the spitting mechanic of Spyro 2. We can actually inhale certain objects in this game, like these rocks for instance. Remember, you can also use first person in order to get yourself an aiming cursor.
Nice shooting! Follow me to the next lizard.
Make sure to keep this guy in view, because it's pretty easy to lose track of him. And then you usually end up needing to find this guy again. Sometimes it's really difficult to find him. He's going up here. Here's going to be the next one.
You can spit pretty far, Spyro. See if you can spit all the way to the lizard.
Yeah, that's something I should be able to do. It shouldn't be too affected by gravity, so this way I should be able to hit him like this. Yeah. And then he's moving on to the next one. 6 of these guys by the looks of it. Here's the third one.
To hit that lizard up high, you'll have to aim. Press the action button to aim, then press the attack button to spit.
I'm pretty sure I already did that with the first 2 already, but still. Apparently the game wants you to do the first 2 regularly. But already using first person mode is not forbidden or anything. I was allowed to do so, but apparently this third one is the first one that teaches that to you officially. 4 is going to be somewhere around here, by the looks of it. Oh, up there, on that pillar. Awesome. 2 more. Both of them are going to be in the first room. I'm walking faster than you are, so don't mind me if I go ahead of you. You and your silly jumps. Apparently we are here. Where are you? Number 5. Am I allowed to stand up here? No. Oh, wait, I see him. He's over there. This one actually moves around, so you need to time it a little bit better. And then there was only one more. Looking at my time, my video time is also up, so need to hurry this up. It's going to be the final thing we're going to do in this first episode. Yeah. Yeah, shut up. I know. This one is predictable. He's standing up there. And I missed. First miss of the game. Hell yeah. There we go.
Yay! You've saved my crop of gems from the lizards. Here, take this orb. Some girl with wings dropped it here yesterday.
Some girl with wings? You're not going to name anyone? But anyway, that was the second orb of the first stage. And also the final one. Since we are not able to get the third one yet. For that one, ladder climbing is required, like we've learned. And this is going to be the introduction to Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage within Spyro Reignited Trilogy. See you folks in the next episode. We can already see Spyro 2 does do things a bit differently compared to the first one. Can't wait to continue. Treecks out! See you folks in part 2.